How's it going, guys? As part of the Tier 4 channel joinerships, I was asked to play 82nd. Tier 4 channel joiners can send a cast, or they can ask me to play div. So I was asked to play 82nd, so here I am playing 82nd Airborne. Let's show you the deck. Right, so this is the deck review for 82nd Airborne. So this is the one I played in the game, and then I changed. This is the one I played in the game and then I changed it a little bit. So over the course of the game, you'll see that I have a fundamental problem with A, upvetting the artillery is a massive waste of time. If it went 4-3, it would be worth it, but it doesn't, it goes 4-2. So it's better to just have it at no vet, and B, the F-16 AT, right? So the problem with this div is that you don't get any good dumb bombers, whatever you want to call them, iron bombers. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks, and this sucks. You can drop this on a 9-man. I tried it in single player. I just dropped it on a squad of these, and they survived. They survived with like 5 HP. But you'll see over the course of the game that I have a problem where my enemy's basically sitting in a cloud of smoke, and I can't kill him. So I swapped out the AT for the LGBT. I don't know if it's a good idea, frankly. It might not be. It's just I need something that can kill something in the smoke, or can kill something that isn't visible. But yeah, this deck really suffers from the fact that, and I know that guy's going to be in the comments, the guy with the capital letter names, DMFC something. He'd be like, "Oh, America Air Force bad in this game," and he's not wrong. Small bombs in Warno are terrible. They're absolutely terrible, and so a bomber like this is just crap. They don't do anything, and they take the same amount of time to reload as a big bomb. So if this was, you know, 3 500 kilo bombs, it'd be way better. Even if it was 6 500 kilo bombs, well, obviously it'd be better. If it was 2 500 kilo bombs, it'd be better. But it's just useless. They're all useless. So if your enemy sits in a cloud of smoke, then you're screwed, basically. Anyway, so 2 cards of supply, you don't need more than that. And then I've got the Humvee CV because there's no cheaper option. Oh, ooh, what about this hippie? Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't huffed enough paint to think a Helo CV is a good idea. So the CVs are going to be in the inf tab, right? Admittedly, I mean, having the forward deployed is sort of a pain because it makes some cost loads. This is a 1 point slot, and you can't get 2 cards of this one, right? So you need to buy the mega expensive CVs. So your choices are AT 12 guys or AT smoke 12 guys, and so this is just obviously better, and it's a better AT. This I bring in the Chinook because it's got more HP. Admittedly, the Black Hawk's better at shooting people and stuff, but the whole point is, you know, the CV is a high priority target. I want it to have more HP. And yeah, so I bring you always want a card of Black Hawks whenever you can. You want a card of Black Hawks. Huey's not so great, but Black Hawk's very nice. So aero rifles as a squad are sort of pants, but they come in a Black Hawk, and the point is you use these to shoot people, right? It's very useful. Admittedly, in the game I didn't do a good job of that. My opponent had some OSAs. You'll see. So 2 cards of Airborne Dragon. I think they're good. I mean, they could do with maybe being 5 points cheaper. I mean, so if we compare Airborne Dragon to Mech Rifles Dragon, you see that the Airborne one is 10 points more. Whereas really, it should probably only be 5 points more. If you think about, like, Dragon. So, uh, Light Rifles, Rangers Dragon. 9 dudes, special forces, and so on, and they're 65. Now, I appreciate they're not airborne forward deployment, but special forces surely is worth as much as the other one. And then you've also got I'm thinking like light rifle. Is there no light rifles dragon? Light rifles. Oh, there it is. So light rifles dragon have one more machine gun. Oh, actually, I suppose that, yeah, because you get shock and airborne. Yeah. Whatever, it is what it is. Airborne infantry costs a lot. That's one of the reasons it's nobody plays airborne. Because airborne infantry, you paid for the airborne tax, that 5 points extra for the whole game. And it's only useful at the start, right? One card of regular airborne with the AT4s. I bring the flash, it's useful. I bring the engineers regular as well. I mean, these it's sort of a bit of overlap here. If you've got the flash, you don't really need this. But what else would I put in, really? I suppose I could put in like a another card of Airborne Dragon and then just two vet it. It's actually not a bad idea. Put in an because you can also get this, but I've got enough toe twos. Yeah, that's probably a better idea actually. Because yeah, the satchels are useful, I suppose, but the flash is more useful. And yeah, okay, let's try that. Let's try that next time, obviously. If it doesn't work, I can just change it back, right? So RT, yes, down vetted in the Humvee. This is your only proper RT. It's not very good, but you don't really have a choice. And then mortars for smoke, not self-propelled. You don't have a choice. Tanks. So the point of the Sheridans is the ATGM. The gun's good against this is very nice against infantry and the ATGM. The whole point of this division is just to slow your enemy down for as long as possible. You get all the middle zone or whatever, and you get all the CVs out at the start, and then you're supposed to just sit. And on maps where there is no middle zone, like Chandra, you just lose. But yeah, part of the strategy is 16 Sheridans in your face. Have fun dealing with this. They're not incredibly amazing, but the point is that it's just you slowing the enemy down, slowing the enemy down. And these obviously, you put defensively, and you put them, if you have to attack, this would be behind your Sheridan. 6 labs. I don't. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't. I never buy 6 labs, so I could do that. Alternatively, that's a 3 point slot. Yeah, actually, because I never buy 6 labs. Because you send one round the side, and then that's sorted now. And if you want to shoot infantry, you use this. I never buy 6. I never buy more than like 2. So yeah, wow. And now wow, is that a good idea? I should probably just buy more labs. I think that's probably the better idea. um, yeah. Whatever. I mean, I'm willing to try things. And then, yeah, airborne scouts in the grenade launcher. LRS doesn't come in the grenade launcher. And then for availability recon helix, I like having loads of them. I appreciate that this is exceptional optics, but it costs more. And I appreciate that this has a Hellfire on it, but it costs loads. And it's just going to get exploded by a jet. Avenger, Stinger, VADS. Yeah, I mean, so you can bring these if you want, but there's no point because you get forward deployed AA, so what's the point in this? And then, yeah, an Apache with lots of ATGMs, an Apache with ATGMs and rockets, and then some heavy hogs. And then, yeah, I don't know about that, really. I mean, would it not be nice to have the sniper? The sniper could be useful. Or I could just start buying my labs. It's probably a better idea, actually. Let's just start buying the labs. And so, yeah, you don't get a proper bomber, but 2 cards of Eagle. The other thing is you could have another card of fighters. But yeah, the A10 for the funny opener, right? Scout A10. And if there's an enemy jet, you just evac the A10, or just right click him with the A10. It's very funny because it can win. It's got 2 of the second best short range missile in the game. It's got 20% ECM, and it's got 2 front armor. So usually it takes 3 hits to go down. So and the gun is nice. So yeah, Seed, AT, Rocket, LGBT. I mean, ideally, like 1 per card sucks, and that's very frustrating that it costs more and you get fewer of them. But it should at least be at 2 vet, in my opinion. The LGBTs. I think that would fix a lot of problems actually. But people bring them anyway, so maybe not. Yeah, so that's the deck. Let's play the game. Right, so as you can see, this div has some serious issues, and the main issue that I've identified is the lack of a proper bomber. A proper dumb bomber, right? Even, some bad. Just, 2 or whatever. It doesn't have a proper bomber. The F-16 proper, the bomber thing. Let's start again. So a big thing I've identified as an issue with this division is the lack of a proper bomber. And in this game, I just didn't bring any. So my only bombers are targeted bombers. So the A-10, the AT planes. I've got 4 of the AT planes. But yeah, that's a big issue with this div. If they actually fixed the way small bombs worked in Warno, this div would be way, way better. Because small bombs in Warno are terrible, as I spoke about in the deck review. So I'll be honest, I don't play this div very often. I haven't played it in a long time, which I assume is why I was asked to play it by the Tier 4 channel joiner. So that's fair enough, really. Yeah, my opponent is he was like rank 30 or 50. He was very high ranked. We'll see at the end. And he's playing 4th Polish, which is a sleeper hit, basically. This div's actually a lot better than people think it is. He's opening wrong. Usually the way you open with 4th Polish is with a big heli rush, but he can't do that against me because I've got forward deployed AA, so I'm just going to immediately kill them. So he's identified the issue, I suppose. In terms of the map, I like the map simply because of the novelty. I like trying new things. A lot of the kind of the sweat community has been very upset with the addition of this map, because they do not like trying new things. It's actually a fairly balanced map. Basically, this is the middle zone, and then I get these 3, and they get those 3. And yeah, it's once you get pushed out of here, it's kind of hard to get back in because of the big open field. But if you're a smoke enjoyer like myself, you won't have a problem. But that's a big advantage for me on the Airborne div, because if I get to here, then I've pushed him out, right? Well, you'll see that's not... Well, you'll see what happens. In general, 4th Polish is seen as the stronger div, and 82nd Airborne is seen as one of the weaker divs, definitely in the bottom half. The idea is standard Airborne, get there first and just sit on it, but there's so many divs now, and his is one of them, where it just gets Airborne equivalent, just a little bit, and then it's not stuck paying the Airborne tax for the rest of the game, and it has far heavier assets for the rest of the game, right? Heavier artillery, heavier tanks, IFVs, cheaper infantry because it's not paying the Airborne tax. So his div is a natural counter to my div, especially given that the T-55s he has survive a TOW 2. If they were like Leopard 1s, the TOW 2s would kill them, right? So, LAV on the left. And then I've got just a couple guys going over here. I assumed the main fight would be for this. So we got a VADS, I'm not selling the transport. Airborne Scouts, I'm not pathing the grenade launcher because I'm dumb. And then I bought 1 CV for Echo Foxtrot Golf Delta. Which, yeah, because I don't get any cheap CVs apart from those heli ones, which I'm never going to bring ever. So over here we got a grenade launcher, just to shoot down there. VADS, LRS, and a Humvee TOW 2. And then on the right, we've got... so the LAV starts further back. It's recon deployed, not airborne deployed. And then you've got smoke mortar, grenade launcher, VADS again, because I was expecting loads of helis. And also the VADS doubles as anti-infantry in these close quarters. Like, if he jumps into that building, he's dead. So, LRS... and Airborne Scouts. Now, you're probably wondering, why have I brought 2 Scout Helos and 2 Heavy Hogs under supply? And the reason is that his deployment actually gets there faster, because this goes at 120 kilometers an hour, because it's at 2 vet special forces. So it's actually going to beat me there. If he went for it, he would beat me there. He's not gone for it, though, so that's a big weakening in the deployment. I could have just had 1 Heavy Hog, but I was convinced that there'd be a bunch of these coming down here. But that was a misplay from me. 1 of these and 1 Heavy Hog, and then I would have saved, 175 points. And that could have been an Airborne TOW 2 and an Airborne Dragon, if you get rid of the supply as well. Yeah, my opponent, let's just see what happens. Right, so we're off. It's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos at a rate of 1 a week, so there's about 90 of those now in the catalogue. You could sign up for 1 month, watch them all, and then forget to cancel your membership. Yes. But anyway, they also get a Steam key for my game Hearse Hero. If you want to help out the channel for free, the Hearse Hero demo is on Steam. You could check that out for free and wishlist the game if you want. Even if you don't want, you could wishlist the game. And yeah, you could like the video and all that. Anyway, so I assumed these would be coming down here, but he went slow, and that means he's got a massive mechanized force here, and all I have to hold it off is one Humvee Tow 2. Because he's got two OSAs there, and the OSAs are at 3 vet because of the CV, so... So I really mess up that thing. Great, but this was a mistake. I should have opened one of these and one of these. I put too much emphasis on the idea that he would be rushing these in, and one would have been enough anyway, because now... I mean, we get some more usage out of them later on in the game, but... And then, yeah, I don't send these back. I'm, Do you know what I mean? So, I'm not doing great at the moment. My play is very weak play. It'll get better, don't worry. Get better after about March 20th. So, grenade launcher, these got nerfed, right? 4 salvo length and the HE went down. Like, you see they do a lot less now. Admittedly, you know, he still lost 2 HP, so... I need to do a test to see, you know, like, are the 50 cals actually just better now, or what? So, you see he smokes, and, you know, the Humvee doesn't get anything. I might have got the Scott, I suppose. Yeah, because what else would have killed that? And it's got very high accuracy, but it misses... It's going to miss eventually, but it should hit, you know, almost 3/4 of its shots. Now, I start smoking my guys because I don't want the tank to shoot them, but that was probably a mistake. I was sort of hoping that this could kill the tank, but it's just, I mean, yeah, I suppose it should focus BMP-1s first, because they're the only things that can... I don't know, I mean, obviously if I hit the tank twice, it dies. The issue is, I've basically just given him a free line to get in here and kill me, because I've smoked... I've smoked bad. I mean, now that those are dead, I should stop smoking. And I do... Wow, I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Because now, yeah, now I can fight and use a grenade launcher and stuff. The issue is he's already in here now, so it's less useful. And this thing has missed many, many times. It hit, I guess, 3 out of 6, which is bad. One of them might have been smoked off. So, yeah, the heavy hogs. Super nice, look at that. And the advantage of the heavy hog over the regular hog, used to be called the Cobra, is that the rockets are bigger, it gets fewer of them, right? But it fires them all really fast, which means you don't expose yourself. Like, he doesn't have time to bring the OSA over, he doesn't have time to send this over. I just take off, blat him, and land. It fires its whole payload in about 3 seconds. Whereas the regular hog, it has a higher total damage output possible, if that makes sense. You know, the rockets in total can do more damage that they carry, but it takes longer to shoot. So I vastly prefer the heavy hog. But I gotta be careful, because these OSAs can one-shot me. Yeah, so as you can see, the nerfed grenade launchers are still, you know, I'm still winning this fight. I've just not immediately killed everything. So yeah, I should have had a Airborne Dragon in here, right? And Airborne Tow 2. And we're just doing a little bit of skirmishing now, doing some shooty with the Mark 19. But yes, you see that it's Rubio. It's very topical, very topical. Whoa, don't blow me up. Anyway, yeah, Tow 2, right, and Dragon. So that's what I should have had before. And I still won the fight, though. I still, you know, he's still pissed off, so I suppose it's all good. And the heavy hogs, you saw, like, he got in that building, and I had them on low altitude because I was worried the OSAs. I mean, they're not in the right place, but I thought they were still back here somewhere. And so I had him on low altitudes, and then we got him. The LAV I sent up, and then this guy shot once and killed it with a 14 AP launcher because it's got 8 HP. Look at the accuracy, man. It is what it is. Anyway, so you see I bought the artillery, the up-vetted artillery. This was a huge waste of time up-vetting that. I should have just had it at 4 at 1 vet, because you can see how lethargically terrible it is. Admittedly, he's not really moving, so... Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I wish he'd moved, because then I would have been right, but at the same time, I do enjoy killing people, so... All you had to do was move. Anyway, you saw it, as soon as I bought it, I fired them. So, So, yeah, that's an issue. I should have had an Eagle up, right? Your 82nd Airborne, you should always have an Eagle up. So we got the bads, you know, I'm trying to move it around. He's trying to snipe it from quite far away. He doesn't have corrected shot there, otherwise it'd probably be dead. And I realise now, because when he sent the plane to kill this, and the recon helo came over, I realised he's going to attack her. Because why else would he do that? Why would he buy a 200-point bomber to kill a VADS, right? So it's pretty obvious now. I think I just broke the LOS there, or it just missed. It's pretty obvious now what's going to happen. And you see I've got a Sheridan, really useful pieces of kit. You see, you just look at the suppression, it's 202. And it's got the ATGM. Admittedly, right, it's smart of him to attack here because this is where I'm weakest. And it fires... like the HEs are very high, it's 1.5. So that's cool. The issue, of course, is the ATGM is only 16, so it doesn't even one-shot a BMP-1. So that's obviously not ideal. And you can see the overmatch. So I'm in a world of hurt here. My sneaky round the side didn't work. This one I got to here and just gave up. It was actually empty here and now he's put that there. And I might as well spoil it for you. I send this up and it dies. Whereas if I'd been more aggressive at the start, I would have got through. So I've learnt my lesson, I suppose. And yeah, the natural counter, I mean, I should do a video on like what counters what, but the natural counter to airborne divisions is a division like his. It's a regular infantry division because he just gets a metric shit ton of infantry and it's cheaper than mine, so he just beats me on cost efficiency. I get there first, but he gets better arty than me, you know, better tanks than me, and so... and he's still got a little bit of airborne forward deployment, right? He's still a kind of light, scrappy div, whereas if he was 3rd Armoured, for example, he wouldn't be able to do this now. This would happen about 10 minutes later, at which point it's kind of too late. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have a unit like this. These would just be one tank, right? And instead of these 3 units and 2 artillery, it would be 1 artillery and, you know, maybe 2 units, maybe 1 unit, because there were BMP-1s there that died as well, right? So yeah, the natural counter to air... I'm not just saying this because that's that's what he's playing. The natural counter to airborne is an infantry div, a mechanized infantry div. So yeah, the OSAs, yeah, he knows how to switch on and off radars. I stalked his profile after this, and yeah, like, what? He's got a 40% ECM. But what can I say? I'm bad. I'm bad, clearly. I mean, they're at 2 there. But that's still quite unlucky. You'd expect one of them to hit me, not both. He's got like 2,600 hours in Red Dragon, so... You see a lot of players like that where they're quite good with such a short amount of games, because I was like, that's weird. Anyway, so... see, that's what you'd expect to happen. You'd expect me to not die, right? Because I've got 40% ECM. But sadly, I missed my missiles on him. The 3 that I fired, all 3 missed. It's just an issue with the way the game is, that, you know, there is RNG in the game, and that's okay if you've got loads of units. But for things like planes, it matters a lot. Especially, you know, and the more expensive the plane, the more it matters, right? So yeah, if you've only got 2 of a unit in a card, or 1 of a unit in a card, in the case of like the Strike Eagle, for example, and the whole point is it relies upon this kind of RNG mechanic to not get hit, and then it gets hit, then obviously, you know, you just lose. But it's like, well, if you played 10 games of 82nd, or, you know, in that case it would be 24th, it would even out. But I'm not in 10 games, I'm in 1 game. I'm in this game right now. So anyway, you see, I've got the supply here, right? And I'm just taking off, firing all the rockets landing, taking off, firing all the rockets landing. Now, admittedly, losing this was really, 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 really bad. Like, you know when I put 2 airborne dragons in here? I should have just put them both in here, and then I wouldn't have lost this, or at least it would have taken longer, because once you lose this, well, how on earth do you hold on to Echo? So this was a huge problem for me. And I really wish I'd only bought one heavy hook. But as you saw later on, I bought, the Totus and the dragons and stuff. Well, why don't I have something in here? Why weren't those dragons over here? Like, I should have sent both of these, really. But it's what it is. And, yeah, his infantry costs 40 points. Mine costs 70. So I can't afford to just walk across a field and hope it doesn't die, right? Because you could send that there. That was 40 points, I'd do it. I'd just run it over. But you don't get any cheap infantry. And that's a big problem with the Airborne divs. That your infantry's expensive, and, a well-trained 80-second gamer dies to the same artillery round as a level 1 chud or whatever. So I had a spare Humvee here, and so I'm bringing this over. But yeah, I realised, oh crap, I've lost. This is very, very bad. But then I couldn't do anything about it. So there you go. You see, they miss my. Okay, never mind. I mean, they fired a lot. But yeah, that's the issue with RNG, right? It will hit 65% of the time or whatever minus ECM. Like, that is the case. But sometimes it matters more than others. How on earth did that get spotted? I guess it wasn't actually in the trees. My bad. Anyway, so I brought up this Totu that was here as well. I'm using the Airborne Dragon against the Pichota, and we're both in the forest. And I cost 10 points more than him, but he's at 2 vet with an SVD, so he is beating me. It's also a 10-man squad, actually. So I'm trying to use the seed, but his play with the seed is very, he's just constantly switching these off. He's no slouch. He is no slouch. Very hard to air spam somebody who can actually play the game. Air spam generally only works against the unprepared and those who skipped breakfast, basically. Which I guess in this... Yeah, I guess that is me. I'm fasting. But you know what I mean. Like, so, because you can just press H and it just switches off. So as long as your reaction time's good, you should be fine. So yeah, he's doing a very good job with these. What he could do is put this next to them. Or put it next to his arty, because it's just sat around not doing anything. This is the one from before. Right, so we spoke about big bombs and how much better they are. This is so much better than any of the bomber options, like iron bomber options that... I'm not sure why I didn't drop, though. There wasn't anybody there, so it wouldn't have made a difference, but I'm not sure why I didn't drop. Maybe he cancelled it. Maybe he knew. Maybe he saw this, and he was like, oh. And he couldn't react in time, and he just evac'd it. I don't know. So, the Pichota, right, I just blat him with the heavy hogs and then I land again. Really nice pieces of kit if you can use them. If you've had breakfast this morning, you're about to witness a lack of breakfast this morning moment. I suppose that's a poor analogy if you're fasting, because you do have breakfast. You wake up at dawn, and you eat, and then you don't eat until dusk, which is like just after sunset, right? Dawn is like an hour before sunrise, by the way. It's not actually at sunrise. So, big advantage over the T-55A is that the Totu one-shots it. Big disadvantage is that this costs 100 points, and I only get a couple of them, and he's probably going to use an arty piece on me. So... So yeah, we got that, that's great, but he just keeps pouring Pichota in here, and I'm not doing a good job of dealing with it, because I keep having to... Oh no, that's what happened. So I told them to come over here, and they came down this road. I was wondering why I never had any infantry in here. Because, yeah, then I end up unloading it, and then it's all in the open, and I send them this way instead, and... So I should have manually put them up here and then moved them around. Anyway, this is... Spoke in the deck review about how he kept smoking me, and I couldn't really do anything about it. But yeah, this is just so much better than any bomber I get. It's really quite sad that it's just big bomb equal way better. Small bomb always bad. I wish they'd fix that. So okay. You can use the seed as like an ASF, but the point is he's I guess he saw this from quite far away, but I figured they're over here, I can kill that, and I was right. So that's nice. Anyway, he's smoking me, so I immediately use my howitzers to hit the smoke mortars. Now this is a bad howitzer, it's a 105mm, and I killed his smoke mortar, so you've got no excuse when you're like, oh, I can't do it. So absolutely love these. They're so funny. And then I forget about them, and then this thing just slowly kills both of them, and I just don't react. What can I say? You know, it's that's life. It's got 40% accuracy, right? So my idea here was send the eagle over with the seed behind, but look how good his discipline is. Look how good his discipline is. He switches it on just for the seed. So that's good discipline there. And did you notice how they didn't immediately kill this? Because that's what's supposed to happen. Anyway, so it killed this, and now it's shooting the other one, and I believe this one survives. I can't remember. Yeah, it does. But yeah, this resupply road is terrible. Oh, that's very annoying. And I can't... Yeah, the smoke is really messing me up, because the whole reason about this div is, you know, you get the Dragon 2s, you get the TOW 2s, you get the Sheridan missile, you get the AT planes, and so if he smokes, then I can't do anything. So I'm aggressively trying to kill these smoke mortars. I think I got 2 of them. Oh, okay, now he keeps moving these. And he gets me again. These things suck, except when they're hitting my heavy hog, apparently. But in general, you wouldn't really expect these to hit planes. Admittedly, he could have moved this over to here. I suppose he was worried about coming out here and getting shot. Has he just forgotten about this CV because he's bought another one? It's a normal strat, to be honest, because you would expect one of these CVs, you know, I would chuck a plane at it or something, so it's good to have a spare. So yeah, he keeps smoking it up, and I've got this, so if you put these on return fire, then you release it, then they both fire at exactly the same second, and that's how I've been killing the smoke mortars. The issue is, of course, if you just kind of forget, then you have a lot of downtime where it's not actually firing, like that, right? But yeah, they suck, so don't 2-vet them, just put a CV next to them if you want that 2 veterancy, because they come at 1 by default because they're airborne. And bring them as close as possible. They should be back here. They should be back here somewhere, like behind this. And then this, you know, I'm not sure, I probably still wouldn't kill it, but it would have a better chance of doing so. So yeah, now he's got, because these are 4 in a card, 120mm packed self-propelled mortars are 4 in a card, you need to know that. And it's 6 on 82, 81mm. Yeah. So it's, I guess on this div, I don't think you get the self-propelled howitzers. So he's smoking up, but he smoked bad, right? There's a gap here, so I'm exploiting the gap. So we get 1, right? Will we get a second one? No, because he smokes. So this should have been in position. It was like here, right? But if it had been there, then I would have had an extra TOW 2 in there, and I might have killed 2 of them instead of 1. So, and then that dragon might have taken longer to die. So I've got my own smoke mortar to counter smoke, because otherwise he's dictating the size of the map and stuff, right? Whereas if I use my own smoke, that tends to help. I'm, you know, return firing, so they both come in at the exact same millisecond, and then they just miss, and then he survives, right? If you're closer, chance of missing goes down, right? So, okay, never mind, he didn't move. He didn't move in time. And you see now this is not in the right place either, and like I should have had a bit more infantry in here. My play was extremely sloppy, honestly. This is a very bad play. Like this guy should just be running back now. Why isn't he running back? It's just taking a couple seconds too long. So he's down to 2 self-propelled. He's down to 2 smoke mortars now. They're not self-propelled. And you see, you know, we're trying to hit the gap, hammer the gap, or whatever. They've got 1 heavy hog left. It doesn't do much to armor, but you know. But like, why wasn't there a supply in here? Why wasn't there an extra infantry in here? It's because I unloaded a bunch of them here, and that messed me up. When they land, obviously ATGMs can hit them, so you gotta be careful. I know about this. I can't see it, but it's shooting me. So yeah, now he's in the smoke, and I don't get any normal bomber. For whatever reason, my normal bombers are all crap. So they're not in the deck. Like, they wouldn't kill this. So I have to smoke myself. And now I'm making a smoke bridge into the enemy smoke so that I can run infantry in there and shoot it in the smoke. That's just the way it is. And as you can see, this 30-point thing is sort of better than this 80-point thing. Not really. It's just, I mean, obviously you could get 2 of these for 60, so, and 3 for 90, and 3 of them's definitely better than this. 2 of them's definitely better than that. So I'm trying to find him, right, but he's somewhere in the smoke. He's got a big smoke, right, and you see I'm trying to kill these, but that time it doesn't hit on the first shot, and so generally the first shot tends to hit, as in the first shot lands before he reacts, and then after the first shot lands, then they react. That's what usually happens. So I'm trying to find this. He's come through the smoke to get my CV. I've seen this with the Sheridan, but the Sheridan can't shoot it. This is a 12-man squad. I'm just conscious of the fact that he's probably going to arty it. Sadly, that there's a gap in the smoke here, so he HEs it, but it's a 12-man squad, so it actually makes it. I mean, it's 12 dudes, so that's not surprising. And yeah, we've got an Avenger here. He flew over it in circles, and so it got 3 rounds off, and it hit 2 of those. And it's got... well, I mean, it just died, but it did have 2/3 accuracy. Admittedly, he has ECM, so... yeah. I deserve it. Especially after he killed my eagle before. That was bullshit, man. Anyway, so I have to keep moving because I know there's 4 howitzers back here. So what I should have done is send another LAV around the sides, right? I've got 6 of them, apparently. I should have sent another LAV all the way around the sides. But generally, and most people make this mistake, and I'm a person. Bruh, what the hell's going on there? Oh, I see, it's this house. So I've got the Apache out. Because I've got an Eagle up. Okay, I've got lots of planes up, so I feel confident to have the Apache out, otherwise I wouldn't be buying that. Because, you know, it's going to get shot by a jet. It's just going to chuck a jet at it, because this is 1 per card. Jets are 2 to 4 per card, ASFs, so... so yeah, this is my smoke, and... okay, sweet. I guess he realised that I'd moved. I'm not sure how he spotted that. Because he was aiming at this one, and... maybe he must... oh no, well, yeah, he just saw me with this. So I lose the CV. And yeah, it's just about time. Like, that's the Airborne player's gambit, is to make it to the end of the game. So we get another smoke mortar. And so it's much harder to... well, it's kind of like a bell curve thing. Where at the lowest level, people suck at attacking, and so Airborne's easy. But at the highest level, or at the medium level, Airborne's really difficult. Because, you know, people are good at attacking. But at the highest level, Airborne comes back again. Or at least, you know, I mean, Mix 90 plays Airborne, and he's one of the best Warno players, so... because if you've got the micro to do the smoke the whole map, send things around the side the whole map, the Airborne playstyle can really, you know, if you've got the infantry micro and so on, you can really get stuff done, so... so, yeah, you can see all the pock marks from the smoke shells, among other shells, right? He's trying to counter battery my RT, not falling for it. I'm not sure why I'm going on that one. Okay. This thing with 4 PKTs kills things faster than an autocannon. It's complete bollocks. It's just really dumb. He hits me with his OSA, my 20% ECM, but he's 2 vet, so... even so, that has like a less than 50% chance of happening, right, because of the 20% ECM. It's not subtractive, though. He gets an engine destroyed crit. Now that we no longer have bailed out, we complain about engines destroyed. And you see, I'm just spamming the Sheridans. I just need to buy time. Spoke about using the Blackhawks, right? LAV is decent short-range anti-helo. Admittedly, there should be some more regular AA up here, but I've got the Eagles, so... but, you know, when he buys the helos, that becomes a problem because I don't want to fly with the OSAs. And so we eventually kill that with the shillelaghs or whatever. It took 9 shillelaghs, but he had an engine destroyed crit, so he wasn't going anywhere. And yeah, as you can see, they're not bad pieces of kit because they get the smoke as well, and you can see it. It's a nice defensive tank. It's got the ATGM. It can kill infantry at close range. You see the heavy hog doming another guy there. Admittedly, like, this is bad micro. I'm just getting shot. I'm not reacting. So I send another one so that can get shot as well. This should have come back here and a noob. And yeah, I'll be honest, I'm really bad at any game that goes longer than 20 minutes because my average game time is like 20 minutes. So I'm dropping off the air rifles. Admittedly, they should have been back here. Like, at some point, you have to make a decision to fall back from a zone in order to preserve the rest of the map. Because if you keep overextending and chucking people into that zone, you'll lose loads of guys, and then they'll just keep pushing, and there won't be anything behind it. So I should have not put these here. At this point in the game, I should have put these here, one in here, and one in here, or just drop it there and walk it, because I don't know about the OSAs and the Strela thing. So yeah, this was a mistake, because I'm fighting for something that I can afford to lose. I'm 1,000 points up with 12 minutes left, right? If I lose this, it just becomes +1 to him. If it's just a +1, I would still win. Because I've been on a +1 for about 30 minutes, right? The other thing is my smoke game is very weak. I should be smoking this and just sitting in this half of it with the infantry CV and just making sure that he can't see me. So that's why I bought these. And you see I've got a lot of planes now, but I can't see anything, and bloody OSAs will keep killing me, so it's not ideal. And like, this airborne scout should be up to here, then I'd be able to see this, and then these, you know, might be able to shoot back, because he can one-shot me, but I can't one-shot him. Oh, it must have been this one. You need 17 HE to one-shot, 17 heat for one shot, 10 armor, 10 HP, 3 armor. Sorry, I'm really out of it. Anyway, so he's smoking the corner again with his last smoke mortar. I'm desperately trying to kill this thing, but he's viciously protecting it. He keeps moving it around because it's his last one, which is fair enough, really. But yeah, like, this was a mistake. These should have just been put over here. So you can hear the A10 coming now. I didn't realise he'd bought these two. I thought it was still these two, but it's not particularly surprising. So I use the Eagle on that thing and I don't kill it, but then these have no vet, so yeah, so big air wave, right? 2 seeds sent out with the Eagle in front. He got sloppy. The seed got the OSAs, but it turned out he had 4 OSAs, and I can't actually see this, so... Do you know what I mean? Like, if this was just like a proper regular bomber, if I had a proper regular bomber, these would both be dead, because this would have been a proper regular bomber, and it would have just blown that up. But I can't see him, because he's in the bloody forest, so... It's very frustrating playing as this div. But it's frustrating for the enemy as well, because, you know, you're just kind of sat on your ass. You're not really. If you do just sit and do nothing, then you tend to lose. You need to counterattack and play around the sides. Like, I should have sent something else around here. I should have sent something else around here, so... But yeah, you see I'm killing his... Because these are just out of ammo now. Quite funny. Yeah, so we've got air dominance, but I can't see anything. This is why I was like, oh, I wish I had a regular bomber, man. That actually worked. Because look, I would just bomb that, and it would be dead. But I do not. Big problem with this, dude. So now I'm counter-smoking, right? Still trying to kill this guy. As you can see, there's... I've really been trying to kill this guy, as you can see. And yeah, I can't, you know, these are the only things I can actually see. So... And like, this should be in there. I'm getting sloppy as the game goes later. My actions get worse. So now I've just pressed T on that over and over again to attack it with the guns. And, oh, I didn't shift-click it. If I'd shift-clicked it, it would have died. Now I'm going to lose that, probably. Okay, what? Oh, it's because these are at no vet. I'm surprised this missed, though. That's 40% accuracy missiles, maybe not. still, you'd expect that to die. Either way, it's going to take about 6 minutes for it to come back because of the heals, and there's only 9 minutes left in the game. So yes, he's hitting the smoke. Sadly, I ran into where he was hitting, so you know I should have ran better. So he just routes out the zone. Still trying to get that. Oh, I finally got it. So it took me 30 minutes to kill his smoke mortar. And yeah, these things are pretty good because for whatever reason, Estrella 2M, when it's held by an infantryman, is crap. But when it's held by a vehicle, it has 60% accuracy and goes further. But if they gave it the ground stats, it would be useless, so please don't fix that if you're listening. So, you see, I sent the AT plane with the seed, and I got another OSA there, right? And you see I'm sending the Eagles to try and bait the OSAs so that when he shoots at the OSA, the seed can come in. It's very hard to do. It obviously requires a big point investment. It is much, much easier to be the defender and just press H over and over again. So it's basically you have to like significantly out-micro your opponent. But you know, if you do, then obviously you win. So yeah, but the seed, you see, he switches it off immediately, right? It's very hard to air spam. Because yeah, these switch on and off straight away, which is obviously bollocks, but it is what it is. And then I hurt that man. Admittedly, I should have looked at the time and realised he's probably not coming back and not die, you know, because he's been wounded. I mean, to be honest, he would come back with a minute left or whatever. But yeah, my smoke game was very, very weak. I played a bad, like, why is this here? It should be back here somewhere. There's Mr. 3-vet now. Kills everybody on sight. He's been sat in that bush all game, shooting everybody. Should have low altituded this. Low altitude, please. Or just get hit by an OSA. Because if I'd low altituded it, it would have... Oh, God. Wow. What an... Baranowski deserves the Medal of Honor in Polish. The Polish Medal of Honor. Anyway. Yeah. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident. But I realised, oh crap, this is a +2. If he takes it, he's going to be on a +5. So feeling significantly less confident because with 6 minutes left on a +5, he will win. So, and yeah, if only I had 4 of these, right? I could have had an extra infantry in here. Could have had some supply for this, and this would be healed up. See, using the Black Box to try and get guys in, but losing that Apache was a really big problem. Yeah, obviously Commandosi, very good unit. Yeah, so like this should be on low altitude as well, because that... Yeah, it's not great, and I'm trying to like strafe with the guns, because if only I'd had a regular bomber, right? But I don't, so I have to rely upon... and this guy I could have microed back into the smoke, because this guy's coming towards me, right? And I've only got 1 HP, I could have had a supply with it, so it didn't die. Very, 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 very sloppy play from me. So now I smoke this, right? And I come into the smoke. And I'm just immediately get deaded there with my seed plane against the AA. And so I'm in the smoke, right? I'm in the smoke, right? Apparently not. Apparently that wasn't in the smoke. So if I don't... if I'd smoked a bit further this way, I suppose, or waited for one to land there, then I would have been okay. But now he's on a +3, because my double Sheridans or whatever killed his BWP-1 on the side armor. And yeah, we're trying to deal with that guy. For whatever reason, we're not using our HE. He would have died if it had just used the regular gun, because... and yeah, it's not ideal. This road is crap. You just got to manually bring them up here and bring them round. Otherwise, if you try and put guys here, they come up here and get shot, so... My bad, should have known. But yeah, losing that CV was terrible. He'd only be on a +1 now. +3 means he can still win. If he gets this in here fast enough and gets it onto a +5, it's a big number of points. And yeah, it's just this road not doing me any favours. And no dumb bomber, no good dumb bomber. What the hell is going on there? Never sold off his things, or what the hell is he doing? So now I have to bring up another CV to go sit in this smoke because I did it wrong the first time, so that's my bad, really. He eventually gets my arty. Obviously, at this stage in the game, making a lot of mistakes. Yeah, it's not ideal. I'm trying to get a CV in here as well because we've still got the smoke. We've still got the smoke. So I just missed that guy a bunch of times. Okay, at least he didn't kill this with his gun strafe before it dying, because that would have been a bit unfortunate. And I've got these AT planes, so I can't see any vehicles. I think I can see these, but I can't see the OSAs, which are the important ones. And I don't have a dumb bomber. An iron bomber. And if you, honestly, the bad one is not worth bringing. And then this is just kind of a waste. I'm just feeding now. I'm literally just feeding to try and buy time. That's literally all I'm doing. So, so he's running into the smoke. I saw him running into the smoke with this, so I run out of the smoke. Not moving these because I'm dumb. He's got a coffin launcher, so he kills my grenade launcher thing. I'm not giving targets or anything. I'm just retarded. I'm just trying to buy time. Admittedly, because now I got in here as well, right? So he's out of time, basically. He's out of time, so... he does play it through. Probably more out of spite than anything else. That's the typical anti-airborne cope. Well, if the game had gone on 5 minutes longer, I would have won. Well, yes, that's kind of the whole point. So, I'm trying to hit this, but I don't have a dumb bomber. Big issue, so... And then the smoke fades here because I'm dumb. I am dumb, without a dumb bomber. And then I saw it there with this guy, so I just strafe it with the plane. And yeah, there's obviously no way he can win in the time provided. He is, of course, going to be back on a +5, but we were able to... losing crap to everything. So I smoked this, and then I sent this over, and that one-shot it with its 31% accuracy, but... whatever, I mean, it didn't matter. So yes, this is Sandal. His rank's gone down a bit. He's been playing a lot. The reset was January 10th, and it's been 2 months, so he's played 160 games in 2 months. So he's been practicing. It's only about 2.5 games a day, actually, so it's not an outlandish number. I don't know if this is... I thought it was somebody's alt account, but no, it's just some guy who used to play a lot of Red Dragon. So that's why, because he doesn't actually have that many total games. I don't know if he's reset that. Yeah, so that's your 82nd game. I hope it was entertaining. Admittedly, you just got to have really good micro to play Airborne well. And I just wasn't there. I was losing too many units to nonsense. And the other thing is, like, it's going to go 40 minutes, because unless they just give up, you know, most of the maps, it's like +1 tick, the middle zone. So it's probably going to go 40 minutes. And so you will need to conserve your strength and not YOLO units in until right at the end, right? Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you around. GG.